Well, Tim, when I talked to you last time, we were getting ready to go to Michigan State, where your dad went to school and played, and your sister goes to school, and now 2 weeks later you're going back home to play Hawaii. So just from the emotional standpoint and the excitement level of those aspects, has it been kind of a whirlwind and a roller coaster ride, so to speak, emotionally, or has it been kind of what's it been like, I guess?
It was a little bit. It's a little bit crazy. When I first saw the schedule, I was pretty surprised that those 2 games were going to happen back to back, and that was pretty big. I was looking forward to it all season. But realistically, I just feel like I'm not going to approach this game any differently than I approach any other game. It's just another opportunity to step on the field and play football and do what I love.
Right.
And I mean, honestly, going home, playing in front of my family is obviously exciting. It's great. Everyone who hasn't been able to come up and watch me play for the past few years since I've been in high school, will be able to go and see what I can do and watch me live on the field, and that'll be great. And on top of that, like I've told a few other people, most of my games in high school, I played at the stadium.
Oh, okay.
So the high school league that I play in, the ILH, Interscholastic League of Honolulu, is what it stands for, ILH. We played the majority of our high school football games at the stadium. So I think maybe had like 1 or 2 games per year that was actually at my actual home field.
Oh, wow.
And then besides that, all our games were at the Aloha Stadium. So pretty much like home field for me, to be honest.
So what's it like playing in that stadium? I mean, I know high school football is big in Hawaii, so I'm sure there were decent crowds, but what's it like playing in that stadium? Or what can you share with your teammates what it might kind of be like on Saturday?
It's a big stadium. It's a lot bigger than it holds because unlike the stadiums that we've been playing at, a lot of stadiums we've been playing at, and like the stadium here, it's not bleachers, it's individual seats. Okay. And that takes up a little bit more space. So even though the capacity is like around like a little bit over 50, I think,
right,
it looks like a bigger stadium, like one of the biggest stadiums that we played in. I mean, honestly, having been to Michigan State and being to Oregon and stuff like that, University of Hawaii Stadium, from what I remember, at least from playing on the field, is bigger, or like
feels bigger, right?
Just in like actual size of the stadium, but just the way that University of Hawaii has been doing over the past couple of years, they usually don't sell out, so it's not going to be a full-blown 50,000 crowd or anything like that.
Right.
But honestly, I don't think that it's going to be any different than anything that we played before. We played in big stadiums. We played against like hostile crowds and all that type of stuff. So I think that the team will be ready. I don't think we need to tell them anything that's going to be different. Like I said, just approach it like any other game.
Sure. Well, you need to tell them anything too, Tim. I mean, look, everyone says, oh, you're going to Hawaii, there's the beach and the sun. I mean, obviously, this is a business trip for you guys. This isn't a tourist trip, but still, there's the time acclimation you'll have to make, and, weather's going to be pretty nice there. Not that it hasn't been okay here, but not, it's still Hawaii weather. So will you or even Ciosi maybe talk to the guys about the possible distractions or anything like that, or will you feel the need that you'll need to do that with these guys?
Honestly, I haven't felt the need to do that. Like you said, I just feel like our team is very focused. We definitely have our eyes on the prize, and that's going to compete for a Mountain West championship. And so this is going into conference play, official conference play. This is the first building block that we're going to be able to use to like jumpstart the rest of our season in conference. So I definitely feel like just the coaches in general, what they'll preach to us, and our focus as a team in general, I won't have to worry too much about guys getting distracted being in Hawaii. I definitely feel like some teams do have a problem with that, though, because everyone talks about how well University of Hawaii plays at home, and I honestly feel like a lot of the times some teams go down there and think that it's all fun because they're in a great place and it's paradise,
Right.
And some people have never been there before. A lot of guys have never been there before, so when they see that and nice weather and all that stuff, the beach is going to be close no matter where you are.
Right.
I think that some guys get distracted by that, but I don't think we should have too much of a problem.
Sure. How familiar are you, Tim, with a lot of their players? I mean, are you some of your good friends you played with or teammates with or played against? How are you familiar with a lot of who, if so, who are some of the guys you're really familiar with on their team?
I'm familiar with a lot of the guys. Just a few names to throw out there. One of the running backs, Stephen Lakalaka, number 4. That's one of my best friends from high school. He was my running back at my high school. Honestly, probably one of the more talented players I've ever played with. But I mean, we step on that field, it's me against him, and honestly, he's an offensive player, I'm a defensive player. I'm not gonna hold back just because he's my friend.
Well, sure.
And but yeah, honestly, I've known him since I was really young. We played Pop Warner football together all the way up through high school. So that's one of my really close friends. And another name throughout is Bo Yap. Me and him kind of grew up together because our dads are best friends from high school. So he's one of their defensive ends, and he did pretty well against us last year, and he made the start against us last year. I haven't really kept up with how he's been doing this season.
Sure.
But yeah, it's one of the guys I grew up with and stuff like that. So that would be pretty cool playing.
If you can, Tim, did you go to a lot of Hawaii games when you were living there? Did you go to quite a few of them?
I used to go more when I was younger. When I got to high school, I wasn't really interested too much. It was really big back when I don't know if you remember the name, but Colt Brennan was playing back. I want to say 07 was the last year that he played, back when they made it to the Sugar Bowl.
Right.
I mean, Hawaii was all...
They were all over there. I guess I was going to ask, just what is like game day like at Hawaii? I mean, is it is it pretty intense? I know you remember talking to you last year. Hawaii, people love their football in Hawaii. It's a big deal there, and a lot of good players come out of there that play in college. But what's like the game day? I mean, is an intimidating environment for opposing teams to come in, or what can you tell me about that, or can you tell me much about that?
I would say from the games that I went to when I was younger, I would definitely say it was a hostile environment for other teams. But just by the success of the program recently, I feel like not as many people have been going to the games, and from what I've heard, they don't really have too many fans in attendance of the games. One thing that's really big over there is tailgating. They have a huge parking lot surrounding the entire stadium, massive, and some people go there just to tailgate. They don't even go into the game.
Just stay outside and tailgate.
They'll just tailgate all day, and then they'll have their big TV set up and they'll watch the game outside while they're still tailgating, barbecuing, drinking, everything. So tailgating was definitely big, and that's what we would do when I was younger. That was real big with my uncles. They would take me and my sister to go tailgate. We'd be hanging out there all day and go to the game and watch the game. And so like I said, when I was younger, the fan base was a lot more supportive of the team, and the crowd was a lot bigger. We were selling out games, so I definitely think it was a hostile environment back then, but I don't think we should have a problem with that now. People in Hawaii do love their football, but I just think with how the program's been doing recently, I honestly feel like maybe even high school football might be bigger than University of Hawaii football.
Tim, do you feel like, and I know when I talked to you last year, I mean, you made your choice. You wanted to you love Hawaii, you're proud, and you love where you're from, but you wanted to try something else, and that's why you ended up at Wyoming. But do you feel like going down there, do you have anything to prove to anyone down there? Do you feel that way, or is it more you'll be making your second start as well? You made your first start at Michigan State, or do you feel like you more have something to prove that you belong still in the starting lineup here? How do you kind of approaching it?
I always, ever since I was younger, as far back as I can remember, I've always kind of played with a chip on my shoulder, because I kind of feel like in a lot of situations, people never really wanted to give me a shot. And it's just a lot of the situations I've been in. So I definitely feel like I always play, or feel like I need to play like I have something to prove. And I definitely feel like there's people on the islands that didn't think that I was a D1 football player, didn't think that I was going to make it. So I think that I probably have something to prove to those people. And then also, I think one of the bigger things for me is my family's going to be there, people that have coached me over the years and everything like that, family, friends. So I just feel like all those people that have supported me throughout my entire life, who have helped me get to where I need to get to, I just feel like I need to play and show them that everything that they've done for me and all the support that they've given me isn't in vain. I feel like I just have to prove to them that everything that they've done for me and everything that everyone's given me is just I've utilized that. I'm making the most of my opportunities, and I feel like really want to show people that. I really want to be able to show my family that.